Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday or Friday from the other side of the planet. Hope everyone is doing good. Harry certainly is. Harry touched down safely in London, and in the last hour or so has been greeting families and children at the Well Child Awards. So he is due to give a speech any moment now. He may have already given it. That is showing over at, I think it's hello.com. Let me actually check it now. Otherwise, I'm sure Baron will have all of the updates and deets for you in a couple of hours. But let me just check the website now, see if there's anything. Because he's set to give a speech. Have a look now. Thumbs up and subscribe, folks. Okay, here is so watch the World Child Awards live stream on our okay. Oh, okay, so they're actually showing it. Oh yes, there's a live stream going on right now. Let's see if Harry's given his speech yet. It's actually on. Oh, it's on YouTube. All right, what I'll do is I'll post the link, and I mean, Baron's going to be on soon, so I'm sure he'll go through Harry's speech, and then I'll talk about it again tomorrow. But here's the link, and if you just scroll down, you will be able to watch it. There you go. But Harry is looking so sharp. Look at those shiny shoes. Look at the middle picture. Like, this is the first time in a long time I've seen like Harry smile, and the smile really hits his eyes. Like, what did Tara Banks used to call it? Smizing. Like, the smile is not just like on the lips and in the cheeks. Like, it's really in his eyes. Like, he is just glowing in the eyes. And that is wonderful to see. It's wonderful to see him so confident. Um, Returning to a place last year that was just full of so much trauma. His grandmother passing away, having to endure 2 weeks of just media blitz and vitriol that was levied against his wife by the British media during his grandmother's funeral. The British media turned the Queen's passing and funeral into an absolute circus. Truly never seen anything like it. These people have no shame whatsoever. And yet they want to sit here and talk absolute nonsense about how it was Harry and Meghan that disrespected the Queen, Harry and Meghan that are disrespecting the monarchy. They couldn't give it 2 cents. Anyway, we are back almost 1 year later and really just focusing on what matters. Harry has been affiliated with World Child now for just over a decade, and he's been very consistent with them, and they've been very loyal to him. But we'll get into that again a little bit later on the podcast. Let's go through some other things first. All right, so the Screaming Orange is apparently still around. Let me just say that I know that for America, Trump continues to be a boil on your bum. But internationally, I have to say that the news really stopped paying attention to Donald Trump pretty much as soon as he left office. Like, during the presidency of Trump, he was on the news almost every single day, like in the UK. And I just think that he is desperate for the attention that he had while he was president. and it's probably why he cannot keep Meghan out of his mouth. And for the upteenth time, here he comes again, talking about he wants to debate Meghan. Is Meghan running for office? And it's not the first time he's brought her up. He brought her up unprovoked when he was talking to Piss Moron. He brought her up unprovoked even once during a gosh, when was that? When that Daily Fail reporter during the it was one time at the White House. But this fool talking about Meghan disrespecting the Queen and how she dealt with the Queen when he was literally walking in front of the Queen when she was alive. Utter waste of space. I don't know what's going on with the legal situation with Trump. Just pat me on the shoulder when they're dragging him off to jail. Otherwise, I really don't care about this man and what he's doing, and he needs to keep Meghan out of his mouth. Next thing, on the other side of the pond, in the UK, where we have equally idiotic politicians, you have this lady, Conservative candidate for Sussex, Mid Sussex, who once claimed she cured a deaf man by placing her hands over his ears and saying, "Be healed in Jesus' name." Can she put her hands on the NHS and please ask that her Tory friends don't privatize the NHS in Jesus' name? Utterly ridiculous. Your faith is between uh, you and your God. I do believe that worship and prayer can heal, but it is the word that heals and not human hands. On to other things. I wanted to make a prediction about um, the UK Prime Minister. There are many MPs and politicians that are putting votes of no confidence um, forward regarding Rishi Sunak and his prime ministership. It wouldn't surprise me if we have a new prime minister before the end of the year. It honestly wouldn't surprise me. And I think there is a good chance that it will be this lady right here, Penny Mulder. And the moment I saw her dressed like Captain Kirk's girlfriend at the coronation holding Charles's sword, I said it right then and there. I said, she's going to be the next prime minister. They've anointed her. By letting her carry that sword, they anointed her. So that is my prediction. Those votes of no confidence and letters of no confidence are going through. Expect a new British Prime Minister, and I'd bet money that it was going to be her. All right, go to your comments before we continue. Yeah, Harry looks really well rested, doesn't he, H Knight? Just all smiles and glistening. D, you're listening from Australia. Fantastic. Sandra, Trump is in trouble. He needs to stop talking. Yeah, I think he's trying to distract from his trouble. And also, I've long thought that there is a campaign going on the US side of the tabloid trash media trying to get the right to turn against Meghan. Jessica, Trump should have been incarcerated years ago. Well, he was committing crimes well before he was ever voted in as president. He should have never gotten that far because he should have been prosecuted years ago. Years ago. But money talks in politics. Trump for president 2024. Hey, Lightside. Thanks for joining us. Anne Lewis, what is the name of that Conservative candidate that now thinks she's Jesus and the laying of the hands? The UK has lost the plot. I don't actually know her name. I don't know her name. And even the article and the person that reposted this didn't care about her name either. We'll just call her Crazy Hands. Oh gosh. Oh, oh dear. It's a sewerage in the water. It's like it's got her thinking all types of crazy things. Anyway, in other news, the UK media are now coming for the squad. Well, they have been, but it seems they're circling back around. Funny because once upon a time, I thought that the Sussex squad were bots or we were paid actors being paid by Meghan and George Soros. Now, all of a sudden, you've got the likes of Talk TV messaging Rebecca, who runs the Duchess of Sussex Instagram page, which was, I think, the biggest Meghan page in the squad now. Over 400,000 followers on Instagram. It's the biggest squaddy Instagram page, right? So they messaged her and said, I'm a producer at Talk TV. So this is Rupert Murdoch, Pierce Moron's Talk TV in the UK. We're making a new YouTube show about the royal family. So they're coming for the clicks. And you know that every other video is going to be about Meghan. Every other video is going to be about Meghan. And the plan is to have voices who are both pro Meghan and Harry and pro Kate and William. So they want to profit off of conflict. Our guests could either film from our London studio or on Zoom. I wondered if you yourself would be a potential contributor or you would happen to know others who could be. This would be paid. These people don't know who the F the squad is. There is no one in the squad that is willing to risk losing their eyelashes for a measly £200-300 or whatever it is they're paying. While the likes of Talk TV will make hundreds, if not thousands, off of this so-called new royal family page. It's not a royal family page that they're starting. It's a bash Meghan and Harry page. More specifically, a bash Meghan page. Rebecca did not respond to them at all. And I've had publications coming into my inbox and I've said absolutely the hell not. And let me just say, going forward, also, any media outlet that has ever said anything nasty about Meghan that wants to contact me, you can stick your check up your behind. I will not be talking to anyone who has trashed Meghan or Harry. Absolutely not. Anyone of interest, though, who wants a safe space, a fair space to talk about Harry and Meghan, maybe you met them, you know, if you're going to Dusseldorf and you're on the ground, you have anything interesting to say, this is a safe space for you to come and speak. We are not trolls here. We are pro Harry and Meghan. But I will not be going on other platforms that trash Harry and Meghan. Absolutely not. And I don't think anyone who is a loyal squaddy who has been here will do that either. But just as a warning to other squad platforms, they're going around and they're messaging people. I think that if they do get any pro Harry and Meghan people, it won't be from the squad. I would not suggest to anybody from the squad has anything to do with these people. They are toxic. All right. Also, Charles and Camilla are off to France. They are going to be doing 21 engagements. That should be fun. I actually can't wait for this. I mean, the Caribbean tour with William and Kate was lots of fun. So I'm looking forward to this. FYI, with these platforms like Talk TV, GB News, the only way we can shut them down is by going after the advertisers. And let me be very transparent with you guys. Since last Saturday, when those videos of Meghan started to go viral, the ad revenue on this channel literally doubled. Now, consider the fact that there's only about 17,000 subscribers. Consider the fact that this is a pro Harry and Meghan channel, not a hater Harry and Meghan channel. where the revenue would probably be 10 times and the views are 10 times, and then times that by what Talk TV, Daily Fail, The Sun, all these big publications with millions of readers, Daily Fail, tens of millions of readers. They are literally making millions, millions. And that's why you have Talk TV launching a whole royal channel. So we need to keep going after the advertisers because it's just the only way, guys. It's the only way you are going to get these people to keep Meghan out of their mouths and off of their platforms because it is a multi-million, billion-dollar industry if you have the viewership that the Daily Fail, Sun, Talk TV, GB News have. And we just have to keep applying pressure. It's working, guys. It's working. You've got GB News who are crying and wailing about it. That the cult of woke is forcing companies to pull out. So please keep applying the pressure because there's just no other way. There's no other way that we defeat this because there's just too much money in hating Meghan. Right. Um. But yeah, Harry was at Wellchild and he will be giving his speech. I'm loving his style. I mean, my man, this is like Beyonce, let me upgrade you personified. Megan upgraded this man. And he was always great. But, a good woman, she will polish you up real good. She'll add the finishing touches. And he has the happiness, the family, that he's always wanted now. And you can see that. It's just that he's beaming. He's done the inner work. And that's something that I really, really respect Harry for. I think he is such an incredible role model to men, young, old, because he's been willing to publicly do the work and talk about it, whether it's going to therapy, whether it's talking about how you're feelings, um, and being open to actually all the different types of therapy that he's tried. Talk therapy. I think he experimented with psychedelics. He's talked about his weed use, but most importantly, just being somebody who is kind, compassionate, stands up for what he believes in, stands up for his family, his friends. I think that's the type of example that we need. None of this Andrew Tate nonsense. Also, with the World Child Awards, it seems like the Daily Fail was shut out. So they posted this in their article. They said the venue of tonight's award ceremony is being kept secret, with the organisers declining to tell Mail Online the location. Why were you even trying to find out the location? Because I thought Harry was irrelevant. One source said both the organisers and Harry were absolutely paranoid about the location being revealed before the event. There they go again using the word paranoid. I mean, they've got every right to be paranoid, actually, because these people have proven themselves to be dangerous. So they've got every right to be paranoid. Right. I think that's all I wanted to say. You can go to the link and thank you for the person who bought me the coffee. Oh, you're very beautiful too. Whoever that was, you sent it anonymously. Thank you. Um, oh, thank you also to Miss Catherine G and Miss Caddy A20 who joined as a member yesterday, and also Ped for the 5 coffees yesterday, very generous, thank you, and also Debbie L for the PayPal yesterday, and also My Joyous for the 5 coffees yesterday, thank you so much. And Sharon G89 for the coffee, Miss K for the PayPal, Black Queen for the 5 coffees, Laverne Lockhart for the coffees as well. Thank you. Okay, let's see what you're saying before we log out. Yeah, the squad is not for sale. We are not for sale. There is no amount of money that is going to tempt me to join the losing team. The day is going to come when the entire Meghan hate train tabloid establishment crumbles to the ground. And everyone who took part in that and profited from that is also going to crumble with it. There is no amount of money that is going to convince me to be on the losing team. Hear me, fan. I want someone to do a psychological study into the hate for pleasure industry. I think that study needs to be done. I agree with you, Himi fan. I think it's just having a lack of a lack of purpose, passion, not believing in yourself, not believing that you can have better, do better, and also just I think there's a part of it just playing the victim. So when you see someone who is very ambitious, basically someone like Megan, who's determined to do really well in life, I just think that some people they let it um they get jealous, they get triggered by it. It's almost like a personal attack on them because they can't be bothered. And I think that the tabloids offer an outlet just to be angry at someone who you don't know. And I think there's two types of people. I think there's some people who will look at Megan and they'll be triggered, they'll be jealous. And there's other people who will look at Megan and start taking notes and start trying to apply the lessons that can be learned to their own lives. In fact, this very channel, if you scroll all the way back to the start, this didn't start as a news channel. This started as life lessons inspired by Meghan Markle channel. That's how the channel started because I'm someone, when I look at someone who's successful, I'm trying to find out what their journey was. I'm trying to find out how they got to where they were. I'm trying to learn from successful people. And that's what you should be doing instead of festering in jealousy, in hate. For what? Where does that get you? Gets you absolutely nowhere. Lady T, and I've been saying all along, this is why GB News has not acted against Dan Wooten. They have not felt the heat. I saw a tweet earlier. Forgive me, I didn't actually look further into this, but somebody tweeted that Dan Wooten gets paid something like 600K, which is more even than Eamon Holmes. I think they had written one of the other morning talk show people, like one of the top earners, got like 450K a year, whereas Wooten got like 600K. That is wild. I mean, this man is living a good life. Do you think he wants all of that to go up in smoke? No. And if it does, he's more than happy to bring others down with him. She said, so emotional World Child Awards. There have been some very, very lovely pictures. I'm sure Baron will show them, and I'll show some in tomorrow's podcast of Harry with the families, with the little kids just having a good time. There was a little girl who dressed up in a Cinderella costume. It's truly an amazing organization. I've never been too much involved in World Child, but as a young kid and a teen, because I have a disabled sibling, I benefit benefited quite a lot from Bernardo's, which is a similar organization. So these organizations do wonderful things. They used to organize like days out for us. I remember there was a couple of trips. Like one, we went to the seaside. They organize day trips for families because it can be quite difficult when you have someone who's severely disabled, even just like getting them out the house, getting around. So they have like these amazing day trips where you can meet, other families, and they bring carers along, things like barbecues, and just like meeting, other families and other young people like yourself who have disabled people in their families. So these organizations, if Well Child is anything like Bernardo's, and obviously with Harry backing them, they must be pretty amazing. They do make a very big difference in people's lives because I know what a difference it made in mine. Tonya, you said Harry looks like a very happy husband and father. Yes. And why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't you be? Having someone who, you know, despite everything around you being an absolute mess in that institution, saw the best in you and saw the potential in you in a way that unfortunately I don't even think that Harry's own family saw. Yeah, Miranda, they're not paranoid, they're smart. Oh, someone said that Harry's speech is starting soon. All right, well, then I'll just get off and let you watch the speech. I'll let Baron talk about it and we can catch up about it tomorrow. All right? Go and enjoy Harry's speech. I'm going to go to bed because it's 2 a.m. here. Thank you as always, everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your donations, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Oh, thank you for just now, Miss AB. I won't say your full name in case you want to be anonymous, but thank you for the PayPal. Thank you. Ciao, everyone. Oh my gosh, so sorry, folks. So sorry. Damn, I just realized that I wasn't. I realized that I forgot to put my mic back on. Okay, basically, what I was saying. Oh gosh, I got to say all that again. Ah. Ah. Somebody just sent me a message on social, and it's like a screenshot of the detailed scheduled closing ceremony, the details, right? So basically, Megan's been removed from the closing ceremony schedule. Her name's been removed. So I don't know what that means. That could mean absolutely nothing. It could mean that she might be talking at the opening instead. It could mean that maybe she has some things that she's doing during the events. Um, but yeah, somebody just brought that to my attention, and I don't know what that means. I guess we'll I guess we'll find out. But I just wanted to say that before we log out. And if I get any more details, I will let you know, and we'll catch up about that again tomorrow. Or maybe Baron will have more details about that. All right, let's dance our way out.